Hey, what's happening, guys? I want to thank you all so much for stopping by to check out this video. Today we're going to talk about Happy Death Day to You, the sequel to 2017's surprise hit Happy Death Day. Christopher Landon is back in the director's chair once again. He's also writing this one. The returning cast are all back in their roles, headlined by the always charismatic Jessica Rothe. I'm going to tell you the good, the not so good, and answer the very important question: is this a cash grab sequel or one that shows ambition in going new directions, making it worth your time? So let's dive into it. Now, I'm not going to give a synopsis for this film. I will, though, say that it picks up right after the events of the first movie and it continues from there. I don't want to give potentially mild spoilers by telling you what this storyline is about, as I thought many layers to it were very fun and unsuspected surprises. And I wouldn't say this was an amazing, blow-your-mind type of movie, but I would confidently say that it was a successful sequel that really resulted in an engaging 90-minute mental escape. It wasn't simply just a retread of the last film. It didn't just rely on what worked the first time either. I thought it showed a continual effort in really wanting to explore the world of the story and the charm of the dialogue, which overall I had a great time with. I like the fact that this movie felt like it was continually challenging itself to be more creative and more wild, and I really appreciated that. The ambition was very energetic, and I thought overall that it resulted in a fun, unpredictable story with some splashes of campy cheese, some dashes of heartfelt sincerity, some heavy doses of humor, and a touch of the horror genre as well, and it had many layers to it. It took a lot of different turns without ever feeling forced, which I think is definitely an accomplishment for a movie like this. The balance of all the dynamics that this movie gives us and the story that's constantly moving forward plot-wise is really what made this a very enjoyable and successful sequel. It delivers some nicely crafted suspense, some strong laughs, very capable performances for a genre film like this, and I thought all of it worked together to entertain. I mean, by knowing these characters already and also the basic foundation to the plot prior to watching this film from seeing the first movie, things really do get going quickly, and I thought it was a great choice. The tension is built almost immediately, and from there the viewer is just right back into the story and the atmosphere of the world that this movie is set in with these characters, and all of which is what made it a very charming film to watch in my opinion. I think it has a very noticeable energy to it. It grabbed onto me and it made me surprisingly curious about what would happen in the third act. I would say another positive with this movie would be the cast overall. I would say with the core trio returning, the chemistry was already there, if not a little bit stronger after having the first movie to build off of. It really allowed for a smooth addition of the new characters, allowing them to plug in and make them feel like a natural part of the group. I thought their timing between everybody was very genuine. The personalities in each one was very noticeable when they needed to be. It really created a collection of characters that you can connect with much more than the usual players that we get to see in these college-based horror flicks, which is something that I think was very vital for this sequel, that instead of focusing more on the killing was focused more on the comedic beats and the character interactions, which all works for this movie because I think Jessica Rothe was excellent in the lead once again. She was able to provide just an endless string of animated expressions and mannerisms, and once again her physical acting really complemented her dialogue delivery perfectly. We're pulled right back into the middle of her life, but things are a little bit different this time. Her character was a little different as well, and I thought Rothe really captured the growth and the added self-awareness with a lot of humor, intensity, natural emotion, and pretty much whatever else this story needed from her. I thought she had a constant energy in her performance, which just made me compelled to see how the story was going to end for her. I think she showed a strong effort, which I appreciated. She really did command the screen at times, and she gave this wildly centric story some validity to it as well. But on the downside, while I did enjoy much of the humor that this script was able to craft, and I thoroughly enjoyed the delivery of that material throughout all of the performances, I would have liked a slightly stronger emphasis on the violence and the killing and making it a little bit darker. This was just a far cry from a horror movie at times, which I feel is a very commendable direction to attempt to take things, but there were just too many long stretches where the movie felt like it was just kind of lacking a tone altogether. It wasn't quite to the point of being a college comedy, not quite to the point of being a college dramedy, and not quite to the level of horror for a college slasher film either. It also adds some elements of science fiction that I'm not sure is going to work for everybody. This section of the story did kind of catch an eye roll from me, but it didn't hinder the film for me. I mean, with the suspension of disbelief already needed for this movie, I felt what's a little bit more, but I mean, other than that, I had a good time with it, and I thought it showed a ton of effort, and I'm going to have to give Happy Death Day to You a solid 70% on the entertainment meter. I think it has a lot going for it to overshadow foreshadow some of its weaknesses, and I think if you enjoyed the first film and want to see the continuation of this demented Groundhog Day take on the horror genre, then it's worth a shot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you all. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. The link to my official website, all my social media and merchandise store links are going to be down in the description below. And in the event, me talking to you guys about movies every couple days is not enough Anthony in your life, I now have a second YouTube channel with a growing collection of non-movie related content for you guys to check out, and I'll see you guys next time.